Pop Squat. Comanche. We're going to listen to October Country from Ghost Mountain. This is an album with 12 songs. Came out 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago as you're watching this. It came out on the 7th, and I'm recording it on the 9th. You will probably see this on the 10th or later of March 2025. I like Ghost Mountain. I like Haunted Bound, the group that he's sort of a collective that he's a member of. I like Witch House, which is the style of music that is most often associated with Haunted Bound. I have no idea if this music fits that style. The cover art certainly does. Ghost Mountain's interesting. He did a lot of work, I think mostly as a featured artist with Cemetery on his on Cemetery's tracks. And I don't think he's had. Well, let's see. This note here says October Country is Ghost Mountain's debut mixtape, and it was released March 7th of 2025. So this is his first mixtape. I don't think he has an album. But let's find out. Does he have albums? 100 Acre Wrist, hosted by DJ Sorrow, and Grave House. Yeah, so I think it's all stuff that he's been featured on. So he's never had his own release. Again, if I'm wrong, somebody please correct me in the comments down below. I just don't know. Oh, there's 4 covers to this. Let's check these out. I'll blow this up a little bit. So this is the first one. Official album cover for Ghost Mountain's debut solo mixtape, October Country. The location of this photo holds significance as Ghost Mountain had previously posted an image of the treehouse seen on the cover back in 2019. It's a cool treehouse. I mean, it's really fucking cool. The back cover, here's the list of tracks: Moulder, Stalks, Kismet, Hovel, By the Flame, Highway Hex, featuring Cemetery. The Lake, Kevlar, Familiar Stranger, featuring Buckshot. Damien, once again featuring Cemetery. October Country, and Wayside. So that's the track list. Here's an alternative cover art, which immediately makes me think of The Princess Bride and a wheelbarrow and a Holocaust cloak. I have no idea if it's supposed to evoke that, but it looks like this may have been, this image was probably from the Apollon music video shoot, and Apollon is a track that he did a few months ago. I'm actually surprised it's not on this album. The October Country logo that is featured at the end of the Apollon music video. Must be another cover. No, it's probably just somebody put it up there. They put it up there. Let's check this out. Please, if you would, like, subscribe, and share. I react to a lot of music. I react to a lot of Witch House, especially Haunted Mound stuff. If you're a fan of that, you will be seeing more of it. Love Cemetery. I actually have kind of a funny story. I told it yesterday in the live stream and then the other day in a video. But this seems to be an even better place to tell it. I was at work the other day. I work at a big box store doing completely not anything that I'm excited to be doing. And but this guy walked by, and he had a Cemetery shirt on, or at least I thought it was Cemetery because it was partially covered by a shirt. And I said, "Is that a Cemetery shirt?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, we talked before." And then I remembered, oh, yeah, I had talked to this guy before. And he is the videographer for Cemetery, and he's been out on tour with him, like just recently was on tour with him, is going again soon. He lives with Anvil, and he said, "Yeah, we sit around and watch your videos." Which was really, really cool. So maybe they will see this as well. And the one thing I forgot to do was, 1, ask his name, which I have forgotten to do twice, and 2, beg for a t-shirt with the cool skeleton mob on the front, because I would love a t-shirt like that. Anyway, I thought that was really cool. It was cool to see him come into work, and it's awesome that he's the videographer for Cemetery. Let's get to this. Please like, subscribe, share. Please go watch another video if you would on the channel. Helps me out with monetization. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to monetize this video. I hope so, but maybe not. Maybe I will make $0 off of this. And then if you want to recommend something to me or even send me some money for doing this video, CashApp, PayPal, and Patreon information is down in the description of the video. Thank you so much. Let's check this out. First track is called Moulder. Not Moulder, so it's not X-Files related. and the album as a total is 36 minutes and 13 seconds long, 12 songs. I did find that they have everything uploaded here to a playlist in YouTube, and it looks like one of the videos, the second one, Stalks, has its own music video. So why don't we just use this? Here we go. Let's check out Moulder from October Country, produced by Oscar 18 and somebody else. I missed it. Let's see, Oscar 18 and Cemetery. There you go. Tagged as rap, alternative, witch house, in English USA, alternative rap, emo, and emo rap. Oh, interesting. Emo. Let's do it. Kind of a werewolfy sound at the beginning there, right? Kind of spooky, scary. Werewolf bar mitzvah. Do you remember that from 30 Rock? Anybody? But yeah, that's what it sounds like. Really like the sound of this. Watch me molder. Let me try. Felt the flames get colder. You'll survive while the pain gets older. All that time, all that's over. Pain on my go and watch me molder. It's time to bag it all. Got a slow clock this time. Breath arc, nothing more. You're wide, you're mine. Backdoor catching the sun. When it's cold out, you'll know. Really like that backdoor catching the sun. Like just the way it sounded was great. In the sun. When it's cold out, you'll know the one. Controlled by all that you've done. When I come back, you'll let it go. What's staring back from the light? I've been living in the night. I've been in the house, Middle East for long. I've been watching, see it in the sky. Trying to bring back, we can hold her for constant to stay on. Keep the flame, keys to your chest in a box in the rain. I'll stay the same, I'll stay the same. Numb for the pain, and hold her all the same. If I had known, 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 if I had known. That I really like it. Every time I hear it, I go, that sounds really cool. I'll back up a little bit. If I had known, if I had known, where is it? If I had known, there. If I had known, if I had known. All that time, all that's over. Pain on mind. Watch me molder. Let me try. Felt the flames get colder. You'll survive while the pain gets older. I really like that. It's kind of a little laid back. Like his vocals are very, not subdued. They're very smooth, like very smooth. I really like his voice in this. I'm not entirely sure what he's talking about. So pay no mind, watch me molder, like watch me rot away, like, right? There's a molder means to slowly decay or disintegrate, usually because of neglect, right? The because of neglect is actually really good. So like if somebody thinks your house smells musty, right? that would be kind of like it's moldering, like it's just being left to start to have things grow and not smell very good. Um, the song is sung from the view of Ghost Mountain after leaving the haunted mount. Oh, really? How do we know that? This line describes the mix of feelings of sadness, regret, maybe even frustration or guilt washing over him as he comes to terms with the fact that his music career has come to an end, and the good times he had with Cemetery may never happen again. In contrast, it could also be saying that the time that Ghost Mountain spent away from Haunted Mountain has officially come to an end. What? How do you know that? Like, that seems like an annotation that really, because this could just be about a relationship with someone that they're in a relationship with, right? Like the how that seems like a whole lot of supposition. Maybe it's true. Maybe this is somebody who actually knows something. All that time, all that's over. Pay no mind. Watch me moulder. Like, don't worry about me. I'll just sit here in the corner and rot. Bled me dry. Uh, Bled me dry. Felt the flames get colder. You'll survive while the pain gets older. Boy, that's a line that you should just think every day. You'll survive this. The pain will get older. Because that's all that happens throughout your entire life. You'll get through it, unless you don't. And the pain will eventually be dulled. If I'd have known all that time, all that's over, pay no mind, go watch me moulder. Zip ties to bag it all. Love it. It's just such a good, solid image, right? Like zip ties. Got a slow clots this time. Brought dark, nothing more. You're why you're mine. You're why you're mine. Like the way you are is why I like you, is why I want to be with you. Is why... Backdoor catching the sun. I love the way he delivered that line. When it's cold out, you'll know the one, controlled by all that you've done. When I come back, you'll let it go. What's staring back from the light? Yeah, see, this doesn't have to be about leaving. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe they know something, right? I don't know. It's a good song. It's a good lead off to this album too, because it kind of eases you in, and I'm curious as to where we're gonna go next, and like how much harder this album gets. It may not, but let's keep going. I don't know exactly what the meaning of that is. Maybe the person who left the annotation here in Genius knows something I don't know. Stalks is the next song. Oh yeah, we've got a video for this. Produced by Cemetery, Asa Nisimasa, and Oscar 18. I've listened to stuff from Asa Nisimasa and have enjoyed it, so this will be cool. Once again, rap, witch house, alternative rock, alternative rap, emo and emo rap. I think everything is probably going to be labeled those things. So let's go. 2 minutes 30 seconds. Stalks.
Yeah.
Like how he's delivering a lot of these lines. This song also like very calm and cool and smooth and just like easy to just kick back and listen to. This is not a hard in your face kind of album. I'm really liking it. is a very different feel. I have a theory about Haunted Mound that Cemetery, who does a lot of the production for a lot of these guys, is trying to sort of, my cat is trying to escape, but the door is locked, so he'll enjoy watching this. Um, oh, poor boy. You don't want to go out there. The other cats are out there. But I think Cemetery is specifically trying to ensure that all the members of Haunted Mound have their own space to fill. And so I find it interesting that this album in particular, in Ghost Mountain, perhaps from here on out, will be sort of the emo side of it, and maybe have this sort of feel to the music. And I'm very much liking it. Like, I think this sounds great. So that's Eurydice, did you fall for the music? He looked back, now it's all gone to ruin. This is a reference to the story of Orpheus, yes. And Eurydice, Orpheus was a musician. This is a lot like, was it Lot's wife who looked back at the city and turned to a pillar of salt? This is very similar, right? Orpheus was this musician, his wife died. Orpheus was a brave hero, went down into hell or Hades to rescue his wife from Hades. What does it say? Playing the god Hades himself a song so beautiful, Hades allowed Orpheus to bring Eurydice back to life on the condition that as he led her out of Hades, that he didn't look back to make sure that she was there. And I forget, I could read this, but like she was a ghost or something, and so he wasn't sure that she was actually behind him, or, you know, he's dealing with Hades. Hades maybe is a big fat liar. And so, of course, Orpheus does all of this, like plays this music for Hades. Hades agrees to send his wife back with him, says, don't look back until you get all the way out of Hades, and he almost makes it all the way back and is like, you know what, I should probably check to make sure that she's there, otherwise this is all for nothing, and I'll have to go back and rescue her again. And then he looks back, and sure enough, she's there, and she just immediately disappears and is gone forever. So that's there you go. And then he's alone, and his wife is in the underworld forever, just like she would have been anyway, but for some reason it's sadder than normal. Yeah, keep moving out through the door. Eurydice, did you fall for the music? He looked back, now it's all gone to ruin. There you go. I'm sure the story, like the moral of that story, is that you shouldn't look back, but that seems like a very limiting way to live too. So let's keep going. What does that mean? So this is an interesting bit of lyrics here. Days chopped like the cordwood pile, brutal vine, combine threshed my smile. Just makes me think of like some terrible torn up grouping of teeth in somebody's mouth. I don't know if that's the point of those lyrics, but that's what I think of. Just like teeth sticking everywhere. Terrible, right? That's combine threshed my smile. That's terrible. Days when the veil rang loud, fading out when the stalks surround. Possible reference to radio fading as you go deeper into the country. Fading out when the stalks surround. Maybe it's about radio fading away. Maybe it's about you fading away. Maybe it's about some supernatural creature, maybe just becoming one with nature. I don't know. Those lies that'll muddle in time, carried your young mind, kept you blind. What? There's no annotation for those, and yet this sounds to me like they're talking about religion, right? Those lies that'll muddle in time, carried your young mind, kept you blind. I may be giving a little bit of myself away here, as this reminds me of religion, and it gives you my view on religion, right? You gotta stare it all down, fading out as the stalks surround. In this whole chorus, Ghost is reflecting on the passage of time, loss, and transformation, using rural imagery to convey a sense of fading identity, hardship, and the need to break free from the past. Sure. Maybe it's something specific that he's trying to break free from, such as what he was raised to believe. I have no idea, right? Carried your young mind, refusal to see things as they people might choose to remain ignorant or overlook certain aspects of reality, all just so they can maintain their comfort and preserve their own perspective and understanding of the world. Yep, could be. Yeah, really, these are pretty dense songs, honestly. There's a lot of stuff going on in them. Yeah, and maybe the fading out as the stalks around is just like withdrawing from reality of life, of society. We're like withdrawing from all of that and going to live on your own the way that you want, and not having to worry about anybody else and what they think and what they want you to do. And if you want to participate in society, go into the city and do that, then leave again, and you will fade away. People will forget who you are. You will get to be whoever you want to be. I don't know. Could be. Really liking these tracks so far. Kismet is the third song. Let's check this out. Also produced by Cemetery. Track 3. This reminds me so much. I'm not sure if I should even play this song, but it reminds me of the beginning of this. Don't know if that's actually accurate, but it reminded me of it. Like, it opened that door in my head. Sorry, I should say that was In a Big Country by Big Country from the 80s.
my fate, my fate, my fate, my fate, my fate. Do you wanna see your fate?
Alright, sorry, my cat's here. No. Let's back up one. I like this one a lot too. And in the first three songs, it really feels like he is dealing with, like, honestly, moving into adulthood, right? Like, looking at all the stuff he did in the past. The choices he made, the things he was forced to do as a kid, the stuff he was taught, the things he even didn't take advantage of that he could have done. He didn't stand up for himself. He didn't do what he wanted to do. He did what other people told him to do or what would be best for him. And now it seems like he's looking back at it and he's like, you know what? I messed that all up. I this is just me talking, right? I messed that all up. If I had it all to do over again, I would do it very differently. And I'm like, starting now with this song, I'm going to fight for what I want my life to be, for what I want to do. And maybe that's why he returned to music, right? He went to college, I think, for film school. And now maybe he's just like, you know what? I didn't want to do any of that. And maybe he enjoyed it, maybe he likes it, maybe he's good at it, whatever, right? But this is what he wants to do, and this is what he feels like maybe he should have stuck with. Again, I don't know for sure. There's not enough detail here to tell me that, but clearly he's questioning past decisions and sort of how he's lived his life, and kind of putting a line in the sand and saying, from here on out, I'm doing what I want. I'm living my life. I'm not living what somebody else tells me to do. I'm not doing what somebody else tells me to do because it's not up to them. And yes, absolutely. Oh, little annotation. Kismet is a hypothetical force. Hypothetical? Okay, or personified power. There you go. That's maybe a little bit better. That determines the course of the future events. It could also be a direct synonym to fate or destiny. This idea is echoed by the repetition of my fate and do you want to see your fate? Alright, I thought there was going to be some more interesting there. Is this listed as the same things? Yep, listed as all the same stuff. So let's move on to the next one. Really, still, excellent stuff. And I like that he has a perspective here, right? Like, he is talking about stuff that matters to him. These aren't just like I'm awesome songs. These are him talking about what he feels about his life and where things are going. This next song is Hovel. They pick great words for song titles, for lyrics. Very evocative. I say that about a lot of the Haunted Mountain stuff. Cemetery and Witch Mountain, and Ghost Mountain, Witch Mountain. Cemetery and Ghost Mountain just come up with fantastic lines that produce these visuals, right? And Hovel is just a great name for a song because it makes you think of a house like this, right? Not necessarily a tree house, but like a beat up old nasty shed-like house in the dark woods that you would not want to go up to, right? A cabin in the woods, that sort of thing. And it's a great name, Hovel. Produced by Oscar 18 and Cemetery, 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's check it out. Nope, I'm not at the end of that song. Let's actually go to the next song. Yes, this is it. Really cool guitar? Love it. want to check out some of these annotations that are in here. Wide awake till the light divides the wall. I assume that's like the morning, or yeah. Ghost Mountain is suggesting that he is staying awake until the morning light illuminates and separates the darkness in the room till the light divides the wall. While awake, killing time in my hovel, killing time in my little house, in my rundown little house, right? Cramped and crudely built. So a hovel is a small shed or dwelling, often messy, cramped, and crudely built. The treehouse-looking thing from the cover of the album could be considered a hovel, so there's some connection to that as well. Yeah, so he's talking about all this stuff. I'm not getting a lot of it, but he's basically saying, like, hey, if you want to come over, like, we can hang out. I'm just sitting here whiling away the day, killing time. Temposide, killing time. Haha. And I guess specifically at night. And he's just hanging out. And if you want to come over to my disgusting little house, you can do that. Why? Why is it a hovel? He doesn't take care of himself. He doesn't take care of his life. He doesn't. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, why is it a hovel? Like, you just have to be prepared for what you're going to get, for where you're going to be, for who you're going to be with. That's what I don't understand, is why it's a hovel. I don't know. Never knew why, but you came around after all I said. So maybe that is it, right? Like, he doesn't take care of himself, and she, I assume she, even after hearing him talk about himself, where he lived, what his hovel, right? She still came around. She still hung out. She still wanted to talk to him and see what he was like, and because she saw something more in him. And what is this? Sleep now, my one little eye. I'm very curious about the possible reference to a Salem mixtape of the same name. Ah, got it. Shepherd caves at night. Oh, no, I get this. Serpent cycles bind. Ouroboros kept me tied. Okay, so Ouroboros is the snake that's eating its own tail, right? And I think it's usually arranged into like a infinity symbol, or maybe no, it's just a circle. Shepherd's caves at night. Sleep now, my one little eye. That's got to be a reference to Odysseus and the trip where Odysseus, they get onto an island, and there's a cyclops on the island, and the cyclops has sheep that it keeps. And it keeps them in a cave, and the cave has a huge stone in front of it that Cyclops can move, but the little regular-sized humans can't move. And I think that's what they're talking about. And the men end up riding into the cave, or riding out of the cave. They get captured, I don't remember. But they hold on to the bottom of the sheep and ride in or out of the cave that way, and then they end up killing the Cyclops by stabbing it in the eye. But that's absolutely got to be a reference to Odysseus and the Cyclops. I don't know, but yeah, I think this is about somebody who saw more in him than even he thought he had, and maybe this is like a thank you. I don't know. It's a very rock song. Very rock. So there's another annotation here. It says, Ghost Mountain's Hovel is a very emotional song about a relationship that's not properly working out. Okay. The way Ghost Mountain compares his emotional hideaway to a hovel represents his shattered and broken mental psychological state. Maybe. But she still shows up, right? She's still there. I don't know. Another, I mean, really liking all of these. This is an album so far that I will absolutely be downloading because I would love to hear these songs again. They're just really good. By the Flame is the 5th track on October Country. Oscar 18 and Cemetery as producers. Let's just double check to make sure these are labeled the same thing. Okay, I think there's something else here. Pop rap. Okay, so this has pop added and rap, I guess. By the Flame is the name of the track. Let's how long is this? 3 minutes and 5 seconds. Let's check it out. Strangely, that dum dum in the beginning here, for some reason, made me think of Michael Jackson's Thriller. Don't know if that's appropriate, but go listen to that song and see if I have any business even bringing up that song. Love the lyrics. Born in the rain, keys to your chest on my chain. Keys to your chest on my chain, like keys to your heart or keys to like an actual chest that you could open up. Trees bow down to my name. Fantastic line, right? Very cool, seems mystical, supernatural, soul caught, and in the way that Witch House should be, right? Like trees bow down to my name. It's almost like Dune, Paul Muad'Dib. His name is a word of power sort of thing. Soul caught blowing around the wind vane. Come on, that's just fantastic. Again, using a wind vane, something you see on all sorts of old barns and things like that to show the direction the wind is coming from, but it's got souls caught. It's just, I love these sorts of lyrics. I absolutely love them. So here they brought up Apollon, which was I think one of the, maybe the only solo, I don't know, a recent song that Ghost Mountain came out with. It was sort of heralded his return to making music because he'd been gone for a few years. And he brings it up here, and now I wish I remembered exactly what Apollon was about, the song. But let's keep going. He actually mentions Haunted Mound here by name. I'm by the flame, by the flame, by the flame. Frozen breath, trying to hold it down. Beating chest, gotta face it now. Shadow falling on the haunted mound. I'm by the flame, by the flame, by the flame. Shadow falling on the haunted mound, like that this happened in the past. There's other things going on that are causing problems with haunted mound that he's now got to step up and help address. I have no idea, right? I have no clue. I don't know exactly what these lyrics are supposed to be saying. Let's keep going. So picked up the old mask. Picked up the mask off the old burn pile. Makes me think of like picking up his Ghost Mountain identity again, from the place that he threw it away and thought it was discarded forever. What is the annotations? The mask being his old persona, which he now feels as ruined by his action, leaving the haunted mound, the burn pile. The burn pile could also be a reference to his old DJ mixes called Slash Pile. Nah, well, I don't know anything about that. Burlap and dead grass under white pines. Come on, that lyric is just fantastic. I love when they do this stuff. Yeah, so he's talking about like returning to music and picking up his old identity and seeing what he can do. Like seeing, can he breathe life back into it? Can he do something? It's great. Yeah, a little heartbeat there at the end. Yeah, maybe this is just a song about him like returning to music and just seeing where it's gonna go. Like, I thought I left this all behind. I thought I burned it, destroyed it, but now I'm back. You think I'm just a ghost. I'm not what I used to be. There's no mountain behind the ghost, right? It's just the ghost. But no, I think he's wrong. I think there's still plenty of mountain there. I thought that sounded good too. Let's keep going. Highway Hex. This one is produced by Cemetery and features Cemetery. It is track 6 on the album. Cool beat. Very rap feel to this.
Between who you've been and who you wanna be, a silhouette, run shotgun on the street, a Cadillac on the roadside running, dissociating, but you know that I still got it. So ride along and let
very, very poppy sounding. It gives me quite a bit of an 80s feel again, which I'm surprised by, right? Because I mentioned In a Big Country earlier. Yeah, what are they talking about? Between who you've been and who you want to be, a silhouette riding shotgun on the seat, a Cadillac on the roadside, rotted, disassociated, but you know that I still got it. So ride along and let the wind come down. Can't turn around, it won't allow. And when in doubt, know that I'll keep driving, burning up the gas, event horizon. Highway hex tearing through the southwest. All the places left my soul to rest, soul to rest. Said it's a highway hex going nowhere fast. Lonely places that I can't forget, I can't forget. So once again, it's sort of like the journey that he's been on, the places he's driven through, the path he's been on, and it's all gotten him nowhere fast, right? He's on a highway that's been hexed, and he's going nowhere fast. And the only places he passes through kind of suck, but he can't forget about them. Sure, doesn't sound like fun. Actually, it does kind of sound like fun to just drive through the highway, over the highways. Speaking of which, if you're looking for a good highway book, William Least Heat Moon, which is a fantastic name, wrote a book called Blue Highways that you should absolutely check out. Absolutely check out. It's just such a great book. It's just so nice to read. It's from a time period that we will never get to experience. It's like 50s, 60s time period. This guy driving around the country, taking odd jobs, and after a breakup from his girl, and it's just a fascinating peek into that time period. And I think anybody who's a fan of Haunted Mound, I think you'd really like this book. It's a great book. Like I said, it's called Blue Highways. Just go check it out. Let's keep going. That was a great little intro for Cemetery, and then he comes in and his voice is very different than Ghost Mountains. I'm just back up to listen to it again. Okay, so I'm not sure if I'm right about this, but I think what happens in this verse is literally what I said before. Ghost Mountain's talking about, like, he's going nowhere fast. He's been on this trip for a long time. Like, he's cursed. The highway is cursed. He just can't get anywhere. And then Cemetery, like, swoops in his verse and is like, no, fuck that. You're coming with me. And he says, fuck the past. I want to be on the lost highway in my dreams. I'm trying to forget everything. Technicolor memories. Legions of demons follow me. I don't sleep and I don't eat. Swear to God. No, swear to me. Find the highway by the trees. If it isn't you right next to me, it'll be that shotgun on my seat. Like, he's saying, if you're not going to be here, my gun's going to be here. And, like, we're just going to tear off into the, like, down this highway, no matter where it takes us. That is exactly what I want. Fuck the past. We're going to live this life, whatever it is. Like, it is a great line. I want to see a video for this and see him swoop up in drive up in a super cool old caddy or something and just, like, get in the fucking car. Like, that's exactly what that verse sounds like to me. We're out of here. Yeah, another great track. Great track. Looks like this was teased over a year ago by Buckshot when he sent an image via Instagram to a fan. You can see that this song has the exact same name as one in the image. Highway Hex, yeah, there you go. It is a little bit longer now, though. Really like that one, too, especially for that sort of the counterpoint from Cemetery. And I don't know, maybe I'm reading it wrong, but it seems like an awesome thing to say in a song where somebody's like questioning all their decisions in the past, and then their friend comes in and is like, no, screw that, you're with me, we're gonna do this, like this is gonna be awesome, we're gonna own this road. Like that's the way I interpret that, and I think it's fantastic. That's fantastic. I love it. The Lake is track number 7. I have no idea how long I've been doing this, but what is this? Almost an hour already. Wow. Okay. Didn't expect it to take this long. The Lake. We're about halfway through. Produced by Oscar 18 and Cemetery. Let's do it. Sounds like a very old school Haunted Mound track. Very, very much. Really not sure of what this is about. I don't know if this is just kind of a witch house song about like not paying attention to signs that you shouldn't stick around, right? That there's something going on, or if this is a continuation of what's sort of being discussed on this album, and he being Ghost Mountain is saying he should have stayed away, other people should have stayed away from this, but now here we are back at the lake doing this again, the lake being part of Haunted Mound again. I don't know. I really don't know. I love that he's got so many mythology references in so much of his stuff. Apollon, um, what did we have? Well, Perseus in this, Orpheus, Odysseus, like lots of different things. It's very, very fun for an English major who also loves mythology. It's totally cool. Kevlar, I don't have anything more to say about that because I don't understand it. Kevlar is the next track. Oh, interesting. Produced by Cemetery, Ghost Mountain, and Anvil. Hi, Anvil. Let's keep going. Oh, I like that. Loving these lyrics, love the way he's delivering it, love the beat of this, the way it just kind of flows along. The start of this really reminds me, and it's only for a few lines, like the first one, two, 3 lines, reminds me a little bit of Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire," where he rattles off all those things that happened in the past. But this is not historical things, obviously, but it reminded me of that. I love the way this sounds. So I'm staying in the bell jar. A reference to Sylvia Plath's 1963 novel, The Bell Jar. The titular bell jar is a glass container sometimes used to create a vacuum separating its contents from the outside world, that Plath used as an allegory for her depression, keeping her suspended outside of normal life. Uh-huh. Had to get out the rain, so I'm staying in the bell jar. Totally makes sense, right? I not super familiar with the novel, but I did recognize the reference to the bell jar, so it's interesting. It's like I know what books he read when he was going to school. It's crazy. And then he uses Isle of the Lost. In Descendants, the Isle of the Lost is where villains are banished, symbolizing being outcast or disconnected from the rest of the world. So, what I like about these sorts of names, Isle of the Lost, Isle of Cats, and Isle of anything, right? It can also sound like, instead of Island of the Lost, Island of Cats, it can sound like I love the Lost, I love cats, I love, it could be anything, right? But it's just kind of a fun little thing. Okay, I gotta back up. Fuck a disciple, I'm just looking for a follow. And this is like a social media reference, right? Possibly referring to Jesus' 12 disciples. No, he's saying, screw the disciples, I'm just looking for like like somebody else to follow me, right? Got me on one, pulling out a prophecy, Apollo. Yeah, okay, so Apollo was the Olympian god of prophecy and oracles. I'm about to spark another passage out the Bible. Mr. Mountain has been pulling out some really cool religious references in this new song, in his new songs, although mostly Greco-Roman paganism. I be the witch of the wood, the way I'm in my hovel. Reference this song on here. Yeah, there's some cool sort of recursive stuff going on this with the lyrics in this. Really, really well done stuff. Like seriously good stuff. Let's keep going. That sounds good.
Kevlar on the drywall. Fly 180 when I'm coming down. I can kick it like an addict, like a landmine. So I'm just running like a rabbit from a forest fire. From the junkyard, from the false start. Hit the pavement, turn the shit to fight hard.
What is this? Fight Harm is an abandoned 1999 project by Harmony Korine, best known for Gummo and Kids, consisting of unscripted scenes where he would get drunk and verbally provoke strangers on the street into... Oh, yeah, I heard about this recently. That's so weird that this is coming up in here. He would verbally provoke strangers on the street into fistfights. Production was halted after Harmony sustained serious injuries and served at least one jail sentence. Ghost is gonna get violent. Interesting. What is he saying here? Because I don't know if I agree with that. But I can't kick it like an addict, like a landmine. So I'm just running like a rabbit from a forest fire, from the junkyard full of false starts. Hit the pavement, turn this shit to fight harm. Crowbar, Kevlar on the drywall. Now that's asbestos, Ritalin, and Adderall. I'll say no way, I'm quitting now. But then it's flight 180 and I'm coming down, but I can't kick it like an addict. Like a landmine. So I'm running like a rabbit from a forest fire, from the junkyard full of false starts. Hit the pavement, turn this shit to fight harm. Maybe he's gonna get violent. Maybe he's just in panic mode, running, right? Like a rabbit from a forest fire. Fleeing from all the stuff in his past, and all he can think to do is provoke people, fight people, to make everybody else pay for the shit that he's had to put up with. Maybe, right? Like, it doesn't have to map exactly to turn everything into fight harm, the reference that we were talking about. It doesn't have to follow exactly the same process that the director of that movie wanted to do. This is what Ghost Mountain's going to do. He's going to go and he's going to just fight people because it's just what he feels like doing. Interesting. And maybe what he really means here is like, I'm getting away from all that stuff in my past, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to do what I want, and I don't care if it offends people. I don't care if it gets in people's faces, although this album is not getting in my face. Like, it's not like that at all. But maybe we're going to find out more. I don't know. Really, really liking this. Really impressed by his writing, the way things kind of hold together on the album as a total, like as a storyline, it has a through line. Very, very good. Familiar Stranger is the next track number 9. Sounds like the beginning of Scooby-Doo. Dun 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 dun. Sorry, features Buckshot, produced by Oscar 18 Cemetery and Olin Monk. once again, I can see this absolutely being about like a relationship with a significant other, but I can also, sticking with the theme of this album, see this as being, if you're following along with the lyrics, see it being about him returning to talk to Cemetery or whoever else about getting back involved with Haunted Mound again. Broke in, saw me beaten down, heavy on the latch when I came around. Couldn't hide the blame, so we'll burn it down. Bound to witness it, bound to witness it. He kind of glitches there, which I thought was cool. We didn't even talk it out. Just stayed in the fog, couldn't face it. But when it's all around, familiar stranger, my replacement. Right? That could be some guy who's replacing you in a relationship, but it could also be he is acting as his own replacement, so he's a familiar stranger, right? Like I'm coming back as Ghost Mountain, and I'm replacing the old Ghost Mountain in Haunted Mound, and I don't know. I don't know if that's what he's talking about. I kind of don't want to read the annotations, but I guess I will. We didn't even talk it out. Ghost is talking about his departure from Haunted Mound, where he messaged Cemetery asking to call to get some closer, which Cemetery refused. Oh, interesting. Familiar stranger, my replacement. A familiar stranger meaning someone he recognizes. His replacement possibly means it's about to break up, and his ex got with someone he recognizes. It's okay. Different people are writing these annotations. Because this seems like, right? Familiar stranger, my replacement. I left and now I'm back, and we didn't really talk about all of the issues, but hey, it doesn't matter. Here I am. I'm a different person now, but I'm still familiar to you. But there you go. That's the way I read it. Yeah, and the next verse, right? And you're not the person that I used to know, only a reflection of my fractured soul. It's been a while, you don't text my phone. All I ever want is you, okay? I hope. Lay me down, put me back in the dirt. You wake me up, choir singing out a dirge. Like, absolutely. It's been a while, you don't text my phone. All I ever want is you, okay? I hope. Lay me down, put me back into the dirt. You can wake me up, choir singing out a dirt. Trace it all back to the day of my birth. Bookshot, keep it on and get through the world. How could you know the day every single night? Couldn't live alone, touch your bones, holding on to more. I can let you go, aside from my discarded. When words tie our mind away to saturate the silence. Cause you never tried. Wanted to stay in time so you would see mine. Couldn't make it out, but always we fought. And as the days drag along, strange eyes held you tight. Broken, saw me beaten down, heavy on the latch when I came around. Couldn't hide the blame, so we'll burn it down. Bound to witness it, bound to witness it. We didn't even talk it out. Just stayed in the fog, couldn't face it. But when it's all around, familiar stranger, my replacement. Familiar stranger, my replacement. Familiar stranger, my replacement. Huh. Yeah, I really like what that's about. So there's a good annotation here, a long one, I should say. Familiar stranger, my replacement. This lyric summarizes the song with Buckshot. It's a very intentional feature, Buckshot's feature. When Ghost Mountain left the Haunted Mound, Buckshot was a member. They knew each other very little, making themselves strangers that knew each other. Oh, okay. I could see that. Many fans believe that Buckshot almost took Ghost Mountain's role as the more melodic, lyrically innate member of the Haunted Mound, giving a very similar feeling to Ghost Mountain's previous songs and features. Now that Ghost Mountain has returned, Buckshot was almost seen as a replacement for him, and he is now that familiar stranger, someone Ghost knew partially and now is working with him again. Ghost Mountain feels as though Buckshot was his replacement for him. Interesting. So much drama. Oh my god, it's like going back to high school. If I did any of this sort of stuff in high school. This whole album is about his departure and coming back. It's really crazy that they made an entire album out of it. Like, I would have figured like a few songs, but they're really, really, really covering all of it, and I don't mind it at all. I think it's all really well done, and I think you can layer your own interpretations onto this. Like the stuff about whatever, familiar stranger could be about a new boyfriend, and like that one annotation said, a new boyfriend that looks like somebody, or that is just an acquaintance that it's a familiar stranger, right? That you can layer your own meaning onto a lot of these songs, and that's a sign of good songwriting. Really, really good stuff. Okay, this is another Cemetery feature. It's called Damien, and this is track 10, so we only have a few tracks to go. Produced by Cemetery, Ghost Mountain, and Nightingale. Let's do it. Let's do it. Damien. Cool sound. Love the sound of this. This is great. This is very, very dark sounding. Really witch housey. Like, yeah, love it. His voice is super cool in this. I wish I could think of what it reminds me of, but I love it. It almost becomes texture, right? Like, you almost can't make out the lyrics, but it's so cool. I absolutely love it. I backed up a little bit because I really want to hear more of it. Does this sound like? I don't even care that there are words here, that there are lyrics here. I mean, I like the lyrics, don't get me wrong. I'm reading them and enjoying them, but man, this just sounds super cool. It's like the words are just sort of tumbling through the song, and it doesn't matter that you can't even make them out. They're so incredibly awesome sounding. that sounds. Love the way that sounds. What's crazy is the last time I stopped, I said these songs kind of, I don't know if I said they, like, the words just kind of tumble through. And literally what I was thinking of was rocks. And specifically rocks, like rounded rocks from a lapidary. If I don't know if you know what that is. It's one of those machines that like tumbles rocks and smooths out their edges so they become shiny and smooth and really nice. We can look up a lapidary. Lapidary equipment. But yeah, so they and you can cut stones open, but I'm specifically thinking of like a rock. You like put stuff in and it tumbles and tumbles and tumbles and tumbles. This is what I was thinking of right here. This sort of thing. So you put rocks in here with some other material, and it smooths them out and wears them down. And that is literally what I was thinking of as I was talking about the words just sort of tumbling through this song. And so it's funny that in this verse here they say, broke to a stumble, rolling like a stone, I don't want to see the sunrise. Like, that's what it reminded me of. Very cool track. Let's see. The track's name is most likely a reference to Damien Thorne from the horror movie series The Omen. Oh man, that was an 80s staple, where Damien becomes possessed by the devil and causes misery and catastrophe on the family that raised him. No, I believe he doesn't become possessed by the devil. I think he was supposed to be the devil's son. He was like the Antichrist, I think. This track features heavily distorted and sludged vocals. I don't know if I call them sludged, with strong witch house influence, harkening heavy influences back to previous projects from Haunted Mound like Rainbow Bridge 2 and 3. The track's name, Damien, can also be linked to the name Damia, epithet of Demeter, the major Greek goddess associated with the harvest. This theme, the harvest, is known to be associated with Ghost Mountain. Yeah, interesting. That's kind of cool. Love the way this track sounds. 100% love it. October Country is the 11th track on October Country, produced by Oscar 18 and Cemetery. Let's do it. Only one more song after this. Gotta start that again. The weird thing is that little beginning there, the very, very beginning, my brain immediately thought of The Boy in the Bubble from Paul Simon's Graceland. I'm not going to play it because it'll probably get caught in copyright, but it was immediate, triggered something in my brain. Da 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 da. I read ahead on the lyrics, and they're, again, just fantastic. speed of some of the drums in this are really interesting, and like that, very unlike what I expect to hear from them. Even the start of this, when they come in coal bin, dry rot, 81 Ford in the back lot, like it was much faster than I thought it was going to be. I expected on an almost dirge-like approach, and this is very much not like that. I'm liking the way this sounds. It's a different sort of sound for them, though. Once again, I have no idea. And I feel like this is a really important song. Coal bin, dry rot, 81 Ford in the back lot. Wasted again, but I want not. I want to not be wasted. Folded up ships on the sidewalk. Worn in, storm drain. Torn jacket in the bike lane. What the hell? The lyric references the movie It by Stephen King. Oh, okay, with the imagery of folded ships on the sidewalk and storm drain invoking the scene where George's paper boat gets pulled into the drain by Pennywise. The torn rain jacket in the bike lane also alludes to Georgie's iconic yellow raincoat, symbolizing his innocence and the danger that lurks beneath. See, I never saw It, so I wouldn't have gotten that. Lost in the bend like a ghost train, and I know it's been long. Found a way in, crowd gone, wrought by the wind, but it held strong. Innocence lost, Castle Rock. I understood that. That's a reference to the town in Stephen King's stuff. Not a huge Stephen King reader, or I like his stuff. I think he's a creative mastermind, but not a huge horror fan. So. And now it's all I have. It's all I know. Yeah, go take me out tonight. It's over now. At least it's all for now. See, I like that little play on words too. It's over now. It's all for now. Because they kind of sound similar to each other. At least it's all for now. It's over now. The curtain's down. No burning hearth, just pressing dark. It's over now. But I'll listen to the sound. October country ground. October country ground. I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. Yeah, the name of the song, obviously, but is there... In molded basements and wells is where you'll find out. Take cover now, October country ground. Huh. I wish I could decipher what October country is supposed to mean. I get it's like that time of year, but I don't understand what he's trying to say here. I hate to leave it like that, but I got nothing. I would love to hear what people have to say about this because I really am clueless. We're going to head into the last song. Wayside is the name of it. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. If you would, please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, and Patreon are over here if you would like to give me some money for doing this video, because I don't know if I'll be able to monetize it. If you want to recommend something to me or send me a suggestion for a song, CashApp, PayPal, and Patreon are the ways to do that. I would appreciate it. Patreon, $2 a month. $2. Just sign up and forget about it. And when you die, they'll just stop charging your credit card. Let's go. Wayside. Produced by Cemetery. Last track on the album. This has been... I mean, just a really fantastic album. I have loved what he's been putting into this, and I hope I hope they all feel comfortable with him being back, and I hope the doubts go away, because there's no reason to doubt. I think Ghost Mountain fits in so well, and I love the sort of emo area he has staked out with this album, while still being very true to sort of the witch house aesthetic. Really, really enjoyed this. It's a great album. It's a great album. Let's go. Wayside. Oh. Very 80s sort of sound too. Wow, that's crazy. Actually reminds me of She Drives Me Crazy by Fine Young Cannibals. That's what my brain came up with. So I think here he's very much talking right to Cemetery, right? And I think he's kind of rehashing some of the stuff we've listened to on this album. But what do I owe this heaviness now? All that I've sown came rattling down. So all the stuff that all the seeds I planted in the past have come rattling down. Breath of my lies, depth of my ways, cut the deep gouge and left to pine away. Cut the deep gouge and left to pine away. So, kind of off on his own, right? Cut the deep gouge to separate me from you, and went my own way. The beams frame your shape along, and I'll wait. Engine go in your face. I can't decode. And I'll say it's cold, it's cold, it's cold, and you'll break down the road, and I'll chase in tow. Yeah, we need to atone, so we need to make up, but I know we won't. Sorry, but you know I know we won't. Yeah, I know we won't. I know we won't. How can you trust? I know we won't. We can't atone. I know we won't. Like I think he's just saying like we have this understanding that we're not ever going to have that conversation that's going to eliminate all the doubts that we have, or that I believe, I being Ghost Mountain, that I believe we have between us. I think we have doubts. I think you have doubts. But he can't know that, right? Cemetery might be like, dude, you got to live your own life. Go, like, it's fine. We didn't need to have closure when you left. I'm just imagining, right? Like, Cemetery could have said, he might have been hurt, whatever, when Ghost Mountain left, but he could have also been like, dude, go do your own thing. Like, it's your life, do your thing. And then when he came back, Cemetery might have been like, awesome to have you back. And Ghost Mountain could be thinking like, I know he's not telling me the truth. I know we need to have this conversation. We need to have it out. We need to hash it out. We need to. It kind of reminds me of the scene in Good Will Hunting, where Ben Affleck's character is like, kind of laying it down for Will, and he's like, if you're still here doing this, working construction or whatever it was they did in 5 years, 10 years, he's like, I will kill you. Because you can do so much more, right? And it wasn't necessarily that he could do so much more, but he needed to go on his own path. He needed to do his own thing. He didn't need to just stick with his buddies. And it kind of reminds me of that. I could be wrong. I could have no clue what I'm talking about. Love the sound of this song, too. All lost into the Wayside. I assume the Wayside is like that detour that Ghost Mountain took to go to film school and then come back. Like, and all of that was lost into that detour. Like, all the stuff that we had, it's all fucked up because I did this thing that I shouldn't have done. Whatever. I don't think that's necessarily true. Yeah, I really hope this resolves some things for these guys, because it's resulted in a fantastic album that I think is introspective and shows sort of Ghost Mountain's misgivings and his fears and doubts, but we don't. That's not true. I was going to say we don't see any response from Cemetery. We did hear a response from Cemetery. He was like, screw this, get in the car, we're going. Like, I don't know. I think that's the way I want to read it. But the trail's overgrown this time. Let it cover the past so there's no going back. All lost into the wayside. Yeah, great album. Great album. I really hope this exercises some demons for Ghost Mountain. I hope he has gotten this all out of his system, because it's a great album. And he must have worked side by side with Cemetery on this for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, and I'm sure they must have hashed things out. They made a 12-track album that was all about what happened. So I swear, I hope that this ended up being a very good, very cathartic way of dealing with the issues that Ghost Mountain feels like he has with Cemetery and with the rest of Haunted Mound. And hopefully we're back on even ground again, right? Really a good album. And again, a very different feel than a lot of the Haunted Mound stuff that I've listened to. It's not about drugs, it's not about partying, it's not about just taking people into the woods and killing them. It doesn't really do any of that. It's about, here's everything that was going on. Here's kind of the past I was dealing with. Here's how the decisions I made, things that I regret doing, things that I would do different now. I understand where I am as a person now. This is what I want to do going forward. Basically, I hope we can get back onto an even ground, an even playing field with each other, and move forward and trust each other again. Like, holy shit, dude. This is a very long apology, and it's not even all apology, right? Really incredibly good. And you could just listen to this and go, oh my god, there's like 8 songs on here that are absolutely fantastic and I just want to listen to because they sound good and I don't care what they say, right? You could just listen to it and enjoy it. Perfectly valid. But you get into the lyrics and it tells a very different story. From beginning to end, it's all part of the same story, and it's really remarkable. Fucking Ghost Mountain, you should be proud of yourself with this one. And you really should stop doubting yourself. You deserve to be a part of this group, and I'm sure they are happy to have you back. And the fact that you went off and did stuff on your own, that just adds to your ability to produce more quality stuff and with a different feel than everybody else who's already in the group. It gives you a different perspective, and that makes you stand out because you are unique and different. And even your lyric writing is very different than what the others in the group do. And I think they must recognize that too, right? It's fantastic stuff. I absolutely love it. I hope you're happy with this album. I don't know if you'll see this. I hope Cemetery's happy with this album. I think the production on this was great. I think there was a lot of variation between it that made it interesting. It did not just sound like the same thing over and over and over. It's fantastic. It's really, really an excellent album. Probably one of my favorites from all of Haunted Mound. Really, really spectacularly good. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. That's it for now. Papa Squat. Check it. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video. CashApp, PayPal, and Patreon over here if you want to send me some money for doing this video. If you want to send me a track to listen to and do a reaction to, I would love to do that. Thank you very much. Have yourself a good day, and I will be back tomorrow with regular videos that I do every day. Bye-bye.